most of the popular advice that you hear about art commissions, and especially how to get them, is just a whole bunch of nonsense. To be honest, most of it is just garbage. Welcome back to the Art Mentor, y'all. My name is Sean. I'm a veteran art teacher and freelance artist. And today, while I'm gonna be drawing this speed paint right here, you're gonna go ahead and learn about all of these very popularized myths that you hear about art commissions all the time so that you can learn what not to focus on, how to actually make money in your art. And it's gonna start right now. So the first most common myth that I see all the time is people telling you what type of artwork you should do, what specific style that you should do. I just want to put this into context. In doing research for this video, I happened upon one really major, huge channel. I mean, they have hundreds of thousands of followers. And this channel told everybody that you should only do one specific style to get art commissions. And that just enraged me because, to be honest, you're just dismissing everybody that doesn't do that specific style. And I just want to reassure you, you can make money on your artwork and you can get art commissions in literally any genre, in any style out there. But there is not one supreme being of art commissions that you have to break into the business with. Now, this is important to understand because there's literally no guarantee that you can succeed with any specific style. And anybody that tells you that you need to focus on one specific thing, that advice is complete garbage. Hey, have you ever been told that you should do a style that's not your own in order to get money? Tell me what it is down below in the comments. Man, I can't wait to hear from you on that. Conversely now, this issue is all too common. The next really common myth is that you should be overly diversified in what you're offering clients. So for example, if you have some type of example sheet of your artwork and on it you have chibi artwork and you do anime portraits and then you also do pets and then you also do semi-realistic Dungeons and Dragons characters, potential clients are going to look at that and say, what am I going to get out of this? I see this all the time with art commission sheets and it's a really bad practice and it is one of the major ways why people do not get art commissioned ever. Instead of following this strategy, what I really recommend you do is stick to one specific niche, experience some level of success with that, and then you can go ahead and branch out slowly. But start with one thing. Start with one thing that you really, really love, that you're really good at, and then conquer it and move on and add more onto it. Don't try and be the Walmart of commissions. Hey, have you ever tried to put out too many different types of artwork for art commissions and been unsuccessful with it? Tell me down below in the comments. I know I've done that too. This now leads into this topic that we need to talk about. What most people hear when they hear portfolio is they hear crap loads of work that they have to produce and they have to make in order to attract clients. This is not true, my friends. Very simply put, you can start getting art commissions with as little as 3 pieces. That's what your boy here did. If I wanted to do character artwork, okay, have an example of a headshot, a half body, and a full body. One thing that I definitely want well known is that if you're seeking to jump into the commercial business, yes, that is where you're going to need to get a pretty extensive portfolio of very consistent work. Those are totally different standards than art commissions, but it's important that you understand that. The reason that I want to dismiss this a little bit is because most people will fail to even start on the road to getting art commissions because they'll fail to start to build that portfolio. And I don't want you to have any more roadblocks in your way because getting commissions can be tough enough. And speaking of failure, y'all, here's a surefire failure piece of advice that I see all the time. Anytime that you watch any video outside of my channel on art commissions, they're always going to mention social media growth. Ooh, I'm gonna get real fired up about this one. This is absolutely the worst piece of advice that you can ever subscribe to because, simply put, my friends, you have no control over social media and potential growth on any platform out there. You have zero control over who's going to view your product, who's going to view your artwork, who's going to subscribe to you, follow you. And anybody that advises this as a first step towards getting art commission has no idea what they're talking about. Because, simply put, everybody that's advising this already has a massive following, like tens and hundreds of thousands of followers. This is the worst piece of advice possible because it can take years to actually gain a substantial following. For example, myself, I've been commissioned very consistently for the last 7-8 years. I have less than 1,000 people that follow me on Instagram. It doesn't matter, y'all. Now, this also leads me to this most hated piece of advice I hear all the time. Everybody, I just need you to know this. Instagram sucks for commissions. It is the worst platform out there because it's simply not built around or for artists. Everything is all just about mass flooded content, and that's how you get yourself out there. And just to be honest, that is totally unrealistic. for any artist to really follow for the most part who's not already in a really great state financially and in their career. It's just not realistic. I really need to advise you against a strategy because people don't follow you on Instagram to buy from you. No, they follow you because your artwork is cool, it's inspirational, they want to be entertained, or maybe they learn something from you. That's it. A very minute percentage of the people that are going to follow you are going to be there because they're going to be your customers. So tell me down below in the comments, y'all, have you ever put up your prices in your artwork on Instagram hoping somebody would commission you for it and not been successful? Tell me down below in the comments, because I've been there too. So one of the best pieces of advice I can give you about how to get more commissions is to subscribe to this channel so that I can drop you some more knowledge like this more consistently, and then you can grow your art business. So please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell as we move on now. This also is a nice segue into this next very common issue. Most channels will tell you that all you need to do is just simply put out your artwork and put out your pricing or put out your commission sheet, and clients will just come to you. Well, my friends, go ahead and try this out, because this is the exact same thing. Go ahead and get out a lawn chair, get a fishing rod, and just cast that right into your front yard. Now look, depending on where you live, if you live on a houseboat, you'll probably catch a fish. But if you're living in a concrete jungle, heck no, you won't. My point on all of this is simply to tell you that this is the essential metaphor for what this strategy proposes. Listen, y'all, when you're starting out, you need to be on the hunt. You need to be the lion out there, okay, on the savannah. You need to go and find clients that actually want to commission artists. You need to find people that want to give you money to create art for them. I've done several very comprehensive guides on how to do this, how to get this done on platforms like DeviantArt and Reddit and others. So go ahead and watch those. I'll link them up above and down below here. So tell me, have you ever tried this strategy and just been met with brutal failure? Tell me down below in the comments. Now, this also reminds me of how artists tend to very popularly use this ineffective system. Commission sheets have been very proven to be completely ineffective. And if you want to fight with me down below in the comments, I'm ready for you on this. But let me just tell you this, no professionals in the world use commission sheets. So why are people still using them? The only people using them are people that don't know any better. I want to give you another really big revelation right now. You ready for this? Newsflash, you don't even have to advertise your pricing. Whoa, crazy, right? But instead of advertising your pricing with your artwork on a commission sheet, what you should do is just provide examples and ask people to have a conversation with you, have a dialogue with you. That's how you reach a really accurate and favorable commission price point. In fact, I'm going to tell you this, anybody that wants to spend a respectable amount of money, they have a few minutes to have a quick conversation with you so that you get all your details going and you know exactly what you're in store for so that you can charge accordingly. Have you ever made a commission sheet before and then found that nobody really wants anything from you? Tell me down below in the comments about it. I know I used to follow this practice too when I first started. So don't do it. Now, this also reminds me of this popular myth on pricing. Most people will tell you out there that you should go ahead and price your product based on research. So let me ask you this, should you price your artwork based on the market? No, this creates the really common flaw that I see in a lot of artists, especially newer artists, of thinking very small. Now, the root of this entire issue is actually based on imposter syndrome, because if you are pricing yourself lower because you live in a country where your standard of living is lower, where the dollar is less, you actually believe that you are not worth charging more. And let me just reassure you, my friend, let me just empower you right now. You are worth competitive rates and you should up your rates right now. I really don't understand people, I don't understand channels that defend this logic, that defend this mindset, because it's a really limiting mindset. Instead of succumbing to this and imposter syndrome, my friends, think bigger. So tell me down below here, do you suffer from imposter syndrome? Have you ever priced yourself low because you did the research and you thought that's what you were supposed to do? Tell me down below. Now, here's my final myth about popular pricing advice for us. You should not establish consistent pricing. Please let me advise you on this right now. If you are charging the same rate for varying levels of complexity, then you're really missing out on an opportunity to gain more money. Essentially, y'all, whenever your time is being utilized and your focus is being dedicated towards something that is more complex, more complexity should equal and needs to equal more money for you. Another thing that I need you to know and understand is that the more clients that you start to get, the more money you should be paid for this. Not a lot of people are doing this and more people need to, Because essentially what I need you to understand is that you are both product and producer. Therefore, when your demand goes up, your price needs to rise with it. Let me give you this example. Most of the time what I see people do is they'll open up commission slots. Let's say that they have 4 commission slots open. They will literally charge the same rates for all 4. Why would you do that? Here's my practice that I'd like to offer up to you instead. So my first and my second client on this, I would charge them the same. My third client, I'm gonna charge more than my second client, and my fourth client, I'm gonna charge them more than my third client. This is logical and it makes sense, and yes, it is totally fair. It's not a crooked practice because again, the more I have to divide my attention, the more I have to stretch my mental bandwidth to do a great quality job on all those commissions, the more I deserve to get paid for it, and so do you. If you don't start to incrementally increase your pricing as you get more clients and as you become more in demand, then what's gonna happen is you're gonna plateau, and then inevitably you will quit because you're gonna feel burnt out and you're gonna feel like a failure. So you need to start to do it as soon as possible when you're starting out on our commissions. Hey, have you ever done any of these things before? Tell me down below in the comments. Do you want to learn how to be more successful with our commissions, where to find them, and how to do a better job with them and talk to clients? Then make sure that you watch these videos right here.